you're not selling all of the available stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
And so in doing that, you're causing them to be in a financially difficult situation.
You actually you're forcing them into bankruptcy.
Yeah, and the thing that I love is these cocksuckers have done this time and time again and caused recessions. That's what caused the fucking Great Depression in 1929. That's what caused the Great Recession in 2008. It's what caused the one in the mid 80s. And nobody gives a fuck, and everybody bails out Wall Street. And these fucking guys on Reddit saw what they were doing and said, "Oh, not again."
Yeah.
And number one, launched GameStop. I'd be willing to bet that this is probably the only Fortune 500 company that you walk in and it smells like patchouli and BO. Right? Come on, that fucking place, you're dirty when you walk out. All right, I mean, let's be honest.
Dirty.
But they fucking catapulted them, and the public was able to manipulate the stock market this time.
Yeah,
instead of these cocksucker elites.
Yeah.
And they got their little asses hurt over it, and it cost them billions of dollars, and nothing makes me happy.
I know one of the hedge funds, they had said lost $2 or $3 billion.
Doesn't bother me a bit.
In the first day or two, right?
Yep. Damn.
Another hedge fund basically pumped them with $3 or $4 billion. They lost that too.
Nah, it doesn't bother me. Doesn't fucking bother me one bit.
So I mean,
these assholes have been because these cocksuckers have been doing what they want and preying on people who are just trying to make a buck.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
For fucking since the stock market was put in place, and to see the little guy put it in their asses, I fucking love it.
Yep.
I love it. There's nothing that makes. There are very few things that make me happier. Either one of those is true. But anyway, so I think we've. Oh, and the app. There was actually several of them. Robinhood did
was the main one.
TD Ameritrade did it.
Really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the only one that didn't stop people from selling that stock was Fidelity, and I would be willing to bet that because Fidelity didn't break the law, they played it straight. Fidelity got probably 5 million new members.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking love that too.
Yeah.
They did it right.
Yeah.
They fucking stayed the course. Hey, maybe we lose money, maybe we don't.
We got to take a time out. I got a phone call. I don't know if it's important.
So Brandy's so drunk she's just gonna sleep in the car. Not gonna be able to walk up the stairs.
I had to wear off by then.
Not if you have another glass.
You're still drinking it.
I know.
All right, what were we talking about?
The guy buying the...
Yeah,
you were talking about the one that didn't Ameritrade?
Oh, no. Fidelity. Fidelity is the only one that didn't stop people from selling that stock.
Oh.
And I would be willing... Because Robinhood has a class action lawsuit on their house.
Well, because that's not how it works.
Yeah. And I bet Fidelity got about 5 million new members. And good for them. They did it right.
Yep.
And I fucking love it. Because I love to see the billionaires
get
it
to
in their
change
ass.
the rules just because the poor people win for one.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I've heard them interview some of these people, and they're just like, well, that's market manipulation. It's like, what the hell do you think it is when you do it, jackass?
Yeah, y'all been doing it for 100 fucking years. And this kind of irritated me. Somebody had posted, wow, I sure am glad that all of my friends that are COVID experts are now stock market experts too. And it's like, look, dickhead, how do you think you become an expert? You read, you look at trends, you study. It doesn't take fucking... No. Nobody's going to be a stock market expert overnight, but you can get a really good fucking idea in a week. I mean, so... But I love it that the little guys... were able to win.
It didn't happen nearly enough.
No, it does not.
No.
So what else we got?
We got the man who died in the parking lot after the hospital.
That is just heartbreaking.
After the hospital refused treatment, they said he had been having chest pains. See, they went to the hospital twice the week of January 8th after David Bell, 39, complained of severe chest pains. Staff refused to admit him both times. Instead, they prescribed him ibuprofen and sent him away.
that's the thing I have not been able to figure out, and I've read several articles about this. I want to know why they turned him away.
Yeah, because I was always under the impression that it is very, very much illegal for an ER to turn somebody away just because they can't pay.
Yeah, I mean,
you at least have to get them stable.
It never
that
said
was the
anything.
reason they'd say that he was uninsured.
It never said anything about him not having insurance.
No, that's what I was going to say. It never said that he could. Yeah.
And then he was rushed back to the same hospital January 12th when he started having trouble breathing. He was seated in a wheelchair outside of the building when his wife arrived. She said doctors refused to examine him. She started taking him to the car so he could go to another hospital when he died.
I mean, he just dropped dead of a massive heart attack. So he was obviously in distress. He was having, they were poo-pooing on his chest pains, oh, well, it's clearly just discomfort and blah, blah, blah.
I don't understand. I mean, that time he went and he couldn't breathe. And they're like,
Yeah, I mean,
people are going to lose their jobs for that, and
They need to.
They need to go to jail for negligent homicide.
That poor wife. She was trying to get him help. And what irritates me about that. I mean, for as long as I can remember, I've heard don't play with chest pains.
No.
If you have pains in your arm, your chest, listen to it. Don't take a chance. So the thing that's been preached into our heads for as long as I can remember is exactly what this family did, and he's dead.
Yep.
Because the medical professionals didn't take him seriously.
Yep, probably because he wasn't insured.
I don't know. I want to know why they turned him away.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
That's coming.
That's really, really shitty.
That's suspect.
I'm reading the Seahawk player Chad Wheeler allegedly beats and chokes girlfriend until she loses consciousness after demanding she bow to him.
Oh, fuck you. He'd have to choke me out, too.
And apparently...
Sounds like he would.
She called 911 saying he's trying to kill me. And apparently, when she came to, he said, "Oh, you're still alive?"
Wow.
And you know what? They released him on bail.
Wow.
Yeah, that is what you call green privilege.
Yeah.
Or we could even call it athletic privilege, because you see that type of shit happen.
Affluence.
Yeah, you see that type of bullshit happen, and it starts in high school. Oh, well, this guy's a really good athlete,
So we're gonna cover for him.
But he can't make the grades because he's dumb as a sack of fucking rocks. So we'll forge, we'll fudge this. We'll make it a C instead of an F. And you see it in college, and now you see it there too.
That's crazy.
I mean, look at what happened with that kid that Brock something or other.
Mm-hmm. Brock
that was on trial for
player or whatever.
Yeah, that's her before and after.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was on trial for rape. Oh my God, he was on trial for rape, and they were like, "Oh, well, he's got such a bright future."
Yeah, we
you know
don't want to
what?
ruin his future.
The judge that said that should have been removed from the bench immediately.
Yeah.
That is an obvious ethics issue there. But what the fuck do I know?
That's just... it's heartbreaking.
Oh, did you guys know that Amazon sells counterfeit 20s?
Yeah, you saw that today.
That came up on my timeline on Facebook. I'm not sure why. I've never searched.
You're like, where'd you find counterfeit
I've never
20s?
Googled how to make counterfeit 20s, but yeah, Amazon sells it.
I didn't.
I don't know how much it is.
I was about to say, how much is a $20 bill?
It's like
I don't know. Let me look it up.
$21.
It's copy money, full print, 2 sides.
What the hell?
I'm not going to search that shit.
No.
The fucking Treasury Department be up on my asshole. I don't want it. But yeah, I thought that was funny. What else? There were other things.
Well, I've got this woman strangles and buries her sister's boyfriend in a twisted incest murder plot.
Jesus Christ!
Her sister can marry her own father.
This is
what the...
You need a flowchart for
What
this
kind
shit.
of Kentucky shit is that?
West Virginia.
What in the West Virginia
Uncle
mountain
fucking
mama?
Uncle Daddy bullshit is this?
Take me home.
So yeah, apparently the one sister and her boyfriend were traveling, I think from like Minnesota or Pennsylvania or something, going to North or South Carolina, and their car broke down. So her father came and got them, who lives in West Virginia. And apparently they were like really into meth and shit. Mm-hmm. And
Like you would expect.
yeah. I guess the dad and the other sister, somebody made a bad batch of meth.
Oh.
Okay,
As
so
opposed to the good ones.
We gotta keep that in mind. So
Tainted meth.
Like actual taint?
Yes.
let's see.
Almost taint everything.
Gross.
That's so disgusting.
Gross.
You must be really flexible.
His cat's is so tainted.
After Valentine's Day dinner with the incest family,
Oh my god.
Boy, everybody getting fucked that night.
one of the sisters kept an empty bottle of wine
Okay, Daddy.
that somebody bought. I guess her boyfriend. What is going on over there?
Charlie's got his head in that fucking recycling bin.
Oh, good God.
Dude!
He's like, I didn't
Shit,
even
yo.
know where my head was.
He fucking did.
So-
He's blind, not dumb.
So apparently they'd been drinking wine, and then the father was like, he announced he wanted to play a game.
See, that could sound dirty, or it could be like, I'd like to play a game.
He wanted to play a trust game.
No. I lose.
Yeah, no.
One of the sisters was joking about how she was able to get out of anything. She was able to tie herself up, and nobody will believe she could tie herself up that way. The trust game eventually led to the boyfriend's feet being bound up with a rope,
And heavy petting.
while the father smiled and sat on the couch.
That seems a little weird.
He sat down, and I don't know. It was a grin that I'll never be able to describe. But as John sat up and bent over to untie his feet, it all happened so quick. But Amanda stood up, grabbed the bottle, bashed him over the back of the head with it. The next thing I know, John was rearing up and was leaning back against the wall holding his head. And that's when Larry looked at me and told me if I knew what was best for my children and wanted them to live, I would follow all instructions that were given to me from that moment on. So anyway, they ended up killing him. They tried to dispose of him somewhere. I can't remember where. That didn't work out. I think they were going to dump him in a river or something. But that didn't work out, so they just buried him in the backyard.
Like, well,
Yeah, like you do.
And,
It's because they didn't have a wood chipper.
oh, I remember. They didn't just kill him. They were going to inject him with, they had truth serum. 2 syringes of truth serum they were going to inject him with.
Because meth heads running around with sodium pentothal.
So the dad and sister
Gives me a great mental picture.
told his girlfriend to inject the truth serum into him. Well, it ended up being 2 syringes full of the bad meth.
Oh, you know.
Oh, wow.
So he died.
So was there actual truth serum, or was it all
No,
just
it
bad
was
meth?
Yeah.
it was
bad
just bad
meth.
meth.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's how they talked her into giving it to
In
him.
the trip, they thought that it was truth serum.
Sure.
No, I think they were just trying to get her to kill him.
They were manipulating her into doing it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's see. Told her to finish the job. They gathered up all his belongings, threw those in a bonfire. They were going to throw him down a mine shaft, but that didn't pan out, so they buried him in the backyard.
How did that not pan out?
I don't know,
I mean,
maybe it was
didn't
like
pan
boarded
out.
up or something.
All you got to do is dump him in. Seems a lot easier to pull a couple of boards than it does to dig a fucking body-sized hole.
So afterwards, her father started having a relationship with one of the sisters. I don't know, because I couldn't keep the shit straight.
Neither could he.
Yeah.
With one of his daughters.
Yeah.
Soon the pair got married, but not before Amanda insisted that the other sister dig up the boyfriend to make sure he was dead.
All right. Are we reading, like, the plot to,
It sounds like the plot to a Wish.com Stephen King movie.
It's West Virginia incest family.
To the one guy, I can't think of his, that makes the weird movies.
Stephen King.
Quentin
M. Night Shyamalan.
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
I was close.
But this is what gets me. In West Virginia, they gave a father and daughter a marriage license.
Oh, it wouldn't have mattered if it was a father and son.
They legally got married.
They must not have known to get the license. I mean, you don't have to present.
You don't think them having the same last name might have been a giveaway? Because it's a weird last name.
You're asking wrong.
Okay, no, that's fair enough, yeah. But it's a weird-ass last name. It's like Cawhorn or some shit.
Like I said, I couldn't keep up with who was who. One's McClure and one's...
McClure, that's the...
No.
Hatfields McCoys.
Yeah.
Chowdhury
Chowd Harry,
was
that's
the
what
other
it was.
one. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the same name. Did we didn't have to have a test or anything when we got married, did we?
No. And I remember asking about that because I hate
They
needles.
used to at one point. I mean, there was a time when you had to do a blood test, but that hadn't been a long time.
Wow. So you can just marry your daddy. That's weird.